Okay, this one. Let's go to this one.
Okay. Wait, someone talk about Sophie and Alana's performances.
Probably one of the best stories of the year.
Holland, you can talk about this picture. I hate this picture. I look
Do you remember that
horrible.
we actually
Do you guys remember the shopping list?
Remember when we went to that church with Reverend
that was
Youngblood?
great.
We decided to look up where our local tennis courts were, and they happened to be not too far, about 9-10 blocks from our house.
So when we got to the courts, they were blanketed in glass. The nets were all torn up. The neighbor saw us and hollered out, "Hey, do you guys need a broom?" We swept up the courts. We started to play, and he stuck around and watched. And he said, "I'm on the ANC Neighborhood Commission," and that led to us giving tennis lessons every Monday night. We'd get 15, 20, sometimes 25 kids on those 2 courts.
We really felt like we had made a difference.
I remember watching the Democratic National Convention. You have 9 different women, each working on their different issues. And so we'd each get really fired up about like our passions. But I remember we all agreed on 2 things. One, we thought Bill Clinton looked really good, and we all liked this new politician, Barack Obama.
This is in front of a pumpkin we carved that hopefully you can recognize as the likeness of President Barack Obama. It was made during a Pumpkins for Obama carving party we hosted, bringing Jews and non-Jews together in political awareness.
We had a lot of discussions about food.
Food, to me, is really a gathering point.
Pasta primavera.
Sweet potato tempura.
Salted cod and jerk chicken.
Beans, tofu, a vegetable.
We all went to go see the hot dog eating contest at Coney Island.
Some bagels, some iced coffee.
Spelt birthday cake.
Vegan cheesecake.
Every single person brought carrots and hummus.
She experimented with a mung bean custard.
Mustard.
One of the other houses brought home some sort of cabbage that they didn't recognize.
Whoever was in charge of the grocery shopping brought back this huge thing of broccoli.
And then they were washing it, and this giant spider fell out.
And when we opened it up, this crazy, prehistoric, enormous, scary bug crawled out of it.
There was something in between an insect and a rodent. And Rachel Berenbaum, she looked at it and she said, "That thing has a spinal cord and feelings."
I saw this raccoon in the window.
The West Ninth House really was an unrenovated tenement house.
How do you deal with racial and class and gender issues in our neighborhoods?
D.C., which is a very segregated city, and Anacostia is predominantly an African-American neighborhood that white people don't go to all that often.
Organized a trip to a gospel church to take part in their really spiritual gospel ceremony, which was great. And we were the only white people.
We were the only white people in the neighborhood.
Another wonderful piece about the Avodah community is that we have really stayed together. And we have maintained our community.
We had common values and a lot of common goals, and we worked together to make change.
I remember sitting at Jen Walper's wedding, who was a participant in the very first year. I was sitting at the table. Jess was, Molly, David Rosen was there. At one point I said to David, "Did you ever imagine that you'd be sitting at a table at one of their weddings, with all these other alum from different years?" And he looked me dead in the eye and he said, "Yeah." And I was totally dumbstruck. Only a person who could say that yes at the beginning, it wasn't just about the program, it was about imagining these life cycle events, these milestones, could make it a success.
I want to sing, sing, sing. I want to shout, shout, shout. I want to sing, I want to shout. Praise the Lord. I want to sing, I want to shout. Praise the Lord.